MSNBC is no more. That's it. It's officially done. Done. Well, actually, they're just changing their name. But we kind of wondered what was going to happen with NBC and the MSNBC split. Remember, Comcast is splitting all of their failing cable networks off into a new company. I think it's Versace Verde. I don't know what the hell they're calling it. Anyway, the news is they're changing their name from MSNBC to MS Now, and people are like, what the hell? Who knows? I don't think it's going to help their ratings. I'm going to be honest. I am wondering, though, if they're going to take the opportunity to do a rebrand, if they're going to take the opportunity to try to pivot to center to pick up some viewers, because a lot of people have just jumped off of that crazy train years ago. R.I.P. Ozzy. Anyway, let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, check out, you've got 4 days yet. Check out the orc pins over on Kickstarter, the enamel pins. That's badorcs.com. It'll take you right to the page. We got the prototypes in. They look very, very good. They're very good. Anyway, let's talk about this. This is coming from Variety. MSNBC Rebrand to MS Now draws derision and confusion. Name retains the MS even though Microsoft exited the partnership in 2012. Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, they still have the MS. Like, what? What does it stand for now? Ms. Now? I mean, seriously. Ms. Now? Left-wing cable network. They even admit, this is Variety. Left-wing cable network, MSNBC, is getting a new name, Ms. Now, and a new logo that drops the cock, the peacock symbolism. So much to unpack here. The rebranding announcement left some scratching their heads, and while evoked scratching their heads, and while it evoked snarky sniping from others. That's awkwardly written. Okay, later this year, MSNBC will take on a new name, My Source News Opinion World. MySpace. Oh my God, this is so bad. Let me reread this. MSNBC will take on a new name, My Source News Opinion World. Who the fuck came up with that? And how long did it take him to come up with it? All right, so here's the message to the community. Okay. This is the official message from MSNBC. Later this year, MSNBC will take on a new name, My Source News Opinion World. MS Now, Ms. Now, dropping the cock. This name further underscores our mission to serve as your destination for breaking news and thoughtful analysis, and remain the home for the perspectives you've relied on for nearly 30 years. So, yeah, I don't think they're changing their political bent. For our viewers who have watched us for decades, it may be hard to imagine this network by any other name. We understand, but our promise to you remains, as it always has. You know who we are and what we do. All left-wing ranting all the time, guys. I don't know if that's going to work out very well for them. I'm going to be honest. In this ecosystem, I did a video last week. Everything is pivoting, maybe not to the right, but definitely back to center. Because these companies realize, like, hey, we're literally leaving more than 50% of the potential audience on the table. You're leaving them on the table, like money on the table, like change on the table. It's early. This is my brain is still trying to catch up here. I am not going to be hired as a host on Ms. Now dropping the cock. I'm just not. The same familiar and trusted hosts and journalists who make sense of what's happening in Washington, across the country, and around the world will still be here, unfortunately. Whether that's as you're having a cup of coffee, getting ready for the day ahead, seeking answers during breaking news moments. Yes, let us tell you what to think. Going deeper on the day's headlines in the evenings, or discussing the week's biggest stories on the weekends. You might be wondering, why is this change happening? As part of our move to a new media company, Versant, which also includes CNBC, Golf Channel, Golf Now, and Sports Engine. I didn't even know there was a Sports Engine. We'll no longer be part of the NBC Universal and NBC News family. That gives us the freedom to chart our own path forward. And we're excited about where it's headed. And if we run headfirst into a lawsuit, we don't have Comcast money to bail us out. So we'll see what happens. In fact, we've been growing. No, you haven't. In the past few months, we've welcomed Pulitzer, Emmy, Murrow, and Peabody award-winning journalists into our newsroom because they have no place else to go. And have been recruiting for nearly 100 new roles. Well, that's weird because they were actually shit-canning a bunch of Rachel Maddow's people just a couple of months ago. I think they're just trying to make it look like it's a good thing. They're trying to make it look like it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. At a time when so many newsrooms are shrinking, we're investing in more reporting, more coverage, and more ways to serve you. Regardless of our name, our commitment to this community remains as strong as it's ever been. In the months ahead, we will unveil new ways to connect with you directly. We will continue to cover the day's news, ask the questions that matter most, and share how it impacts you without fear or favor. As Rachel often reminds us all, watch this space. So nope, she's not fired. She's not going anywhere. She gets like $25 to $50 million a year. It's crazy. After the news, so back to Variety. After the news of the rebranding broke on Monday, some people were confused because the new name retains the Ms. of the MSNBC, which originally was a reference to Microsoft, which hasn't been involved for 13 years. MSNBC originally debuted in 96 as a joint venture of NBC and Microsoft. The software giant divested its interest in the MSNBC TV network in 2005 and sold the rest to NBC. Now, Ms. Now sounds like a short-lived Windows operating system from the early 2000s that needlessly redesigned too much and failed to be adopted by a critical mass of users. Semaphores Josh Billinson commented. Wow, that's pretty scathing because that's coming from somebody on their own side. It's like, yeah, this sounds like a disaster. Social media users also immediately noticed the new name's unfortunate association with the disease multiple sclerosis. Sounds like a medical issue. Self-described political junkie Russell Drew took issue with the MS Now logo, which he said looks like it belongs on a discount computer from 1998, not a serious news network. Absurd. Well, they can't afford good graphic designers now. Actually, it looks like a right. I'm going to tell you, it looks like a right wing, like one of the right wing outlets. Just very like plain, like we are the news. My source for my news right now. Can't tell them that though. Some people read the name as Ms. Now, and that continues. The problem they face since inception is that the MS was an indicator this was a network designed for women viewers. Keith Olbermann wrote in an email, an issue that has now been doubled now, like the National Organization for Women. Yeah, that's actually a very valid point. This is the network. It has been for decades, but this is definitely the network for white liberal women to have their opinions validated by a very small portion of the country. I'm just saying. Yeah, so Olbermann was let go in 2011, claimed he had told the network to change its name when I got in there in 1997. I'm glad to see that my inner office mail envelope finally got to the 52nd floor of 30 Rock. Others inevitably compared MSNBC, MS Now to Warner Brothers switch from Max to HBO Max and then back to Max. They're HBO Max now, right? So it was HBO Max. Okay, cool. It's an HBO streaming service. That makes sense. To Max. Max what? I guess Cinemax? I don't know. Is Cinemax still a thing? I don't even think it's still around. To HBO Max again. After MS Now will be MS Go, and then MS Max, and then just MS. This is coming from the Washington Post. Liza Minnelli outlives on X, noted that Minnelli, 79, has outlived the MSNBC name. It's not clear what Ms. Now's web destination will be at this point. The current website at Ms. Now includes the text motorized snow vehicles. It says in Korean, a snowmobile is a vehicle that travels on snow equipped with skis and tracked wheels. It is used for winter recreation and transportation, also known as a motor sled or a snow machine in Korea. It is used for maintenance, rescue operations, and cargo transport at ski resorts. Cool. This is not good. Type in ms-now.com and you're redirected to meal delivery service Marley Spoon, which is affiliated with Martha Stewart. Also unknown as yet is what disparaging nickname Donald Trump might craft for the new Ms. Now. His favorite for the network so far has been MSDNC, alleging it serves as an arm of the Democratic National Committee. Yeah, this is like, whatever. Whatever. There it is, guys. 1 foot in the grave, in my opinion. I think that if they don't stick the landing of this relaunch, they're done. They're done. Like, they're going to stumble right out of the gate, and that's going to be it. It's going to be MS then, a couple of years from now. Oh, we'll see. They might, pull it off. I think the only way that any news organization at this point can survive, looking at that election map, is you're going to have to not alienate the red part of the country. I'm not saying you have to cater to them. I'm not saying you have to go far right. I'm just saying if you alienate that, if your livelihood depends on advertising and you need to pull those numbers to get advertisers and you alienate what looks like 75 to 80% of the country, good luck with that. Again, they don't have Comcast money to bankroll them anymore. Like, Comcast probably paid out the nose to keep this thing running for years. We know that they were cutting back before. The reason MSNBC was spun off in the first place is because it didn't make any fucking money. So now they're going to go do it on their own. And yeah, I don't think they have a graphic designer working for them. I'm waiting for people to be like, is that logo AI? It looks like it might be AI. We need to look at this. This looks like something that AI would do. Do you see how the red stripe on the flag just doesn't quite, line up right? That's something an AI would do. They're using AI. Hey, everybody, they're using AI. I think they're using AI. I don't know. Anyway, maybe they will. Maybe they'll just replace Rachel Maddow with AI. That'd be hilarious. Just like, yeah, we're gonna go get a new host, and it's gonna be some anime waifu with the side shave, and she's gonna pull bigger ratings than Rachel Maddow. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Actually, I would watch that, even if she talked total shit about 80% of the country. An anime chick with a side shave as a parody of a far left newscaster would be freaking amazing. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Attention, stupid humans. Warlords are evil, just like Gary Gygax and Professor Tolkien warned you. Series 1 of these orc enamel pins are on Kickstarter again for a very limited time. Pick your clan, join the Horde, and cause some mayhem. Go to badorks.com. That's badorks.com.